the first of many last Airbenders.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Aang at the Crossroads, the Bant Aang commander that enters the battlefield, gets you a creature that costs 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0 mana from the top 5 cards of your library, and can flip over into Aang Destined Savior. And in this deck, we're looking to spill out an army of Aangs from our deck by cloning him, copying him, and blinking him. In this deck, we have a bit of a Bant blank shell with a little bit of ramp to get us to 5 mana for Aang, and then a whole bunch of clones, many of which are non-legendary or give us other copies which we can then copy and make more copies of. This deck is almost entirely cards that Aang can hit, with the exception of 3: Solitude, Elish Norn, and the Eternal Wanderer. These are just 3 cards that are good for the deck, but everything else in the deck is something for Aang or something to help blink or support him. This deck is very consistent because once Aang is out, you can get a dozen of him all in one turn. And if you happen to have a haste enabler out like Clashing Drawbridge, all those Aangs can then attack. You can even do this in the end step, yours or your opponent's, using delayed blinks like Guardian of Girapur, or just blinking your end step using something like Thassa. This deck is very good because of its ability to fill up the board extremely fast, and while sure your opponent could wipe the board in response, you just refill it by blinking him once again. So let's take Aang in the queue and bring the gang together. That's all Aangs. Greasefang, Okiba Boss, is going to be bringing back vehicles from the graveyard, giving them haste, crewing them, and then putting them back in hand. This hand's a little weird, but it has something I do want against them, which is Elite Spellbinder. Elite Spellbinder will allow me to remove one of the vehicles from their hand, stop them from putting it in the graveyard, and also make it cost more. Ooh, I don't actually think I need Roaming Throne because I have the Katara here. And as much as it is fun to think about cloning their commander, I don't think that will do much for me. I can play Airbender Ascension just to start revving up my engines, and I will. Airbender Ascension does let me like exile one of my own creatures to recast it, or bounce one of my opponent's ones, make them recast it, but I want to just start building up. I need 4 creatures to enter in order to turn this into a teleportation circle. I really like Airbender Ascension. I think it's sick. All right, so there's an on-demand discard. So I will tell you, you have to discard right now if you have, say, Parhelion 2 in your hand. Sky Sovereign. That's almost as scary. Potentially more scary. Right now, I would say that it is. I would say it's as scary. So Enchanted Carriage and Rib Skiff. Put the carriage away. Neither of those are that scary to me. This is scary. It's a problem. Is this just Bant Garuda? I would say it's better Garuda. But yes. Not only do you have access to, like, green ramp, you also have access to more blinkers, since almost all of those are in white. All right, so this is going to enter, it's going to kill this, and it's going to hit me in the face for 6. Did they... Oh, they're enlisting. I was like, why didn't they attack it as haste? Because they wanted to scry. I'll take 8 either way. It'll go back into hand, and they'll be able to discard it. My Flesh Crafter cannot copy anything meaningful, and Katara would unfortunately just die. Yeah, I just have to like wait and then go for Aang and hope that it resolves and I don't die first. This doesn't hit anything. Then they crew and they do it again. Again, enlisting, hitting me for 8. One more hit and I am done for. Wonder if they'll just play Ribskiff because it draws a card. They could also learn it into the graveyard. Good job, Professor Simbo. Okay, Airbender Ascension gets destroyed. Pigeon Macklin, thank you for the sub. Let's do it. Help me, Aang. You're my only hope. Well, I guess I can hope that they don't get a land. I'll exile Greasefang. This will put another creature in their hand. Greasefang is very fun. After Aether Drift, it became a much more interesting deck. No land, no problem. Professor of Symbology is going to discard, putting that in the graveyard, and draw. Is Greasefang the best vehicle commander? I think so. I think at least it's the coolest vehicles commander. I'll go for blocking with the Polymorphist. Or do I care? I don't care. 4 isn't 0. And the edicts are real. Fleeting Spirit, that's another discarder. Okay. Katara. And I guess since I don't have haste, I can attack first. And then we'll go to the clone zone. I'm keeping the original. Spark Double, great hit. Soul Herder works for end step, or I could just go for the Glasspool Mimic. I'm gonna do that. More Aangs. Vazin. On the Spark Double, sure. He's a non-legendary Vazin. That's cool. Copy Crook. Yeah, Copy Crick. More. I need more. Dollmaker on the original Aang. Move my commander to the command zone. Yes. Yeah, all of these that can transform will transform. It's none of them. On you, Spark Double. You. And Felia. Oh, and Jill. Jill, go bounce this lady. Oh my god, we're still going. Love it when it works! There's also like Restoration Angel there. Doesn't matter, we going wide. Starfield Vocalist. Double the enter to battlefields. From nothing to something, we're winning. GG. That's on motorcycles, don't win today. Go-Shintai of Life's Origin. With 5 new shrines and Hei Bai as some extra shrine synergy, Go-Shintai has lots of new fun and friends. I have a little bit of ramp in this hand, and they're probably going to be doing some ramp too. Unlike Hei Bai, which oftentimes has a bit more blink synergy, Go-Shintai tends to have more enchantment synergy since itself is an enchantment, and it also, on top of that, has this really great reanimation ability where you pay 5 and you can bring back any enchantment from your graveyard at instant speed, including ones that cost way more than 5 mana. It's very scary. I have had to deal with quite a few of her shrine over time. Let's grab Raiding Pool, dock that in, and I'm going to play the Aether Channeler because this can only airbend creatures to bounce their Arcane Signet. I'm going to try to undo their ramp so they can't play the Go-Shintai next turn. Alright, they replay that. It looks like they didn't get a land. Are you the conniving one? Yeah, you're the conniving one. So I'm going to copy the Aether Channeler and again bounce that. Did you get a land at least? Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, oof. I mean, it happens. I'll play Aang. And see how deep we can go here. I got the Resto Angel. Yes, please. We blink, we return, we go for more triggers. Rexian Metamorph. I can copy the Restoration Angel to, again, blink the Aang. If I get like a dozen Restoration Angels, that's pretty nice. Hello, I am once again blinking. A small army of these. I should stop copying the artifact one. Oh, Sakashima. There is no legend rule. Dollmaker on the original Aang. And they leave. Because we have gone off. Breya Ethereum Shaper, a 4-color artifacts commander that can use their artifacts for all sorts of things, whether it's dealing damage to players and planeswalkers, killing creatures, or gaining life. She also comes with some extra artifacts. She comes with 2 Thopters, so you can easily activate her, sacrificing even herself for her abilities. I'd say that the scariest cards to see from them are just general control pieces, because they're in so many colors, and things like Urza. Urza's very scary. I was hoping there might be something to clone. There's nothing to clone. I kind of hope we get another Art of Phantasmal image. The creepy clown one is, I guess it's pretty good. Let's grab Uro. Ooh, I want to go for the value play on Uro with Cloud Shift. So let's put a white source into play. Either of these will work. Ooh, I should have gone for the other one since I have this Birds of Paradise. See if they, like, kill it in response. They don't. Neat. Yeah, if I did the other way around, I would have had to pay 1 life, but I would have also had the Birds of Paradise in play. Rusco makes an artifact and is also going to be draining my life as they cast non-creature spells. He's also a pain in the butt. And I kind of want to clone him. I could play Aang here, but like... I'm going to bring out Roaming Throne first, and I'm going to name Human. Because that's what Aang is. What if... 2 clocks. I'm ramping. Look at me, I can ramp. This also lets me protect the Aang on the stack using Aang. You know, for the last Airbender, there sure are a lot of you. Okay, so they're going Fractured Identity, not on the Risco, but on the clock. It's so funny to me. Because that way it's making a token copy. Oh, I guess if they targeted this, it would have vanished. So it wouldn't have worked. Clock and roll, my friend. Clock and roll. All right, let's go for Aang. I get double triggers. Thank you, Roaming Throne. Very cool of you. I will use Eternal Witness to grab the Cloud Shift. And, oh, it's a human. Right, double triggers. Yeah, everything in hand. This is an end step, but I have another blink right here. What am I feeling? Let's go Resto Angel. Yes, please. And we're doing the thing. I'll play a little Hierarch. A Displacer Kitten. So I want to target Aang with this. I guess I should have targeted that. Yeah, I should have targeted the Restoration Angel with the actual blink spell. Since I'm kind of wasting the value on that. Or I could have hit the Eternal Witness after using the Cloud Shift. Let's see. Charming Prince, Felia, Polymorphist. I'll go for the Delayed Blink. This lets me exile you. And I want to also exile you. And they're leaving because with the doubled triggers, there's a good chance that not every creature in my deck will be on the battlefield at the end of turn, but about a dozen of them will be, which is hard to contend with. GG. Vivi, who hits you in the face and pings you real good whenever they cast some, non-creature spells, which could be counter spells, burn spells, or just some aggro spells, because this Vivi is sometimes a combo deck with this changed version, and sometimes just, what's the best way for me to call it? Is it tempo? Building up some good stuff, countering your key spells, and burning you down 1 damage at a time. Somebody's asking, are there any benefits to having a creature have creature type avatar? Sort of. Mostly downside. The Overlord of the Baelmerk. Yeah, it's the quenchiest. Overlord of the Baelmerk specifically can't return avatars from the graveyard. And I think that there's very, very minimal avatar synergy. But, there's not enough of them for them to have, synergy in the type. Alright, let's go ahead and, throw down Aang and see how far I can go. We're getting the gang together. Ooh. Come on, I need one of the nice non-legendary ones. Oh, I missed. Okay, he flips. See if they have a bolt. Oh, a bounce. Okay, I don't mind casting him again. Yeah, the only drawback I can think of is on the black avatar, but I can't think of any benefits to the avatar type. The human type has a lot of synergy, and that's kind of nice. Because this requires an untap, resetting their Vivi feels like a very good thing to do. And I didn't want to play Aang into 2 mana. Oh, extra turn. All right. This roll is going to be spitting out otters and getting some loyalty as they cast the non-creature spells. And they're killing Bloom Tender. This will, I believe, deal 3 damage the next time they cast an instant or sorcery. I wish I had a land. Still not bad, though. Time for Aang. Oh, good! Spark Double! Non-legendary clone. This is also a sort of non-legendary clone. Sakashima's weird in that you can just kind of get around legend rules with her. I will Resto Angel. Sure, this one. Yeah, we're doing the thing. Here, be a Sakashima. It's cooler. Not choosing Jen. No, I need to have an army of clones. This is what the deck does. And now Aether Channeler's just like, hurrah! Aw, died to an otter. So yeah, I have an appropriate number of Aangs. Only one of them has a backside, so it's the only one that transforms.
Think big.
Now, they could wipe the board here. They could bounce the board here. But, like, this is what my deck is designed to do. It's designed to make an Aang army because who is more powerful than the Avatar? No one. An assortment of avatars. Okay, so they're gonna go for a extra turn. I love how all the Aangs are like, no! Wait, no, other me! You died! I will transform, go into the avatar state to avenge you. Like, no, dog. No, you won't. No, you can't. Because you don't have backsides. What are each of these anyway? I'm like reading through. So they're gonna take an extra turn. They, unfortunately and annoyingly, may be able to grab some more spells here. I'm like making sure there's not any mass removal in the graveyard that they could bring back. There's not. Okay. Oh, we're all gonna transform. No, you're not. You don't have backsides.
There's evidence here somewhere.
Whoa. Yeah, they have no butts. They got no booty. All right, they drew and discarded. And there's a Cyclonic Rift overloaded, so everything goes back into my hand. I only have 4 lands, by the way. I had been really relying on tempo while they had been taking all those extra turns. So that's part of why they have so many more lands than me. No butt, no glory. I just gotta hope I draw a land. I think actually one of these might have been the land clone. Oh no, it's in the graveyard, the Glasspool Mimic. Oh my god, the triggers are so funny. There are 48 triggers on the stack, none of which do anything. Wonderful. I'm looking to see if there's anything here I can do that is meaningful. Not really, and I'm gonna have to lose a whole bunch of stuff here. So, Skyclave Apparition, I'm gonna hit Brawl. And I have to discard 4 cards. It's gonna be some of these clones here. I'm sorry. Polymorphist, I think, is also fine since they don't tend to have things. I can cast this from the graveyard. I don't want to drop Qatar because she can double up the Aang triggers. She can help me go out with a bang. They're going to proliferate, getting themselves a bigger Vivi, more damage to my face. Uh-oh, the very curious Vivi will be drawing them many, many cards. I want to play that as a land. Displaced our kitten. Okay, didn't feel like they had anything. We're gonna go for some kitten clones. The kitten caboodle. Actually, like, couldn't order those the other way, by the way, because this can only hit creatures. But putting your opponent's commander underneath Skyclave is real good. Perilous Vault? Okay, they have a board wipe, and they're using it immediately. They know I'm behind on resources, so sure. Okay. I guess I'll play Aang. Good way to catch up from the board if I can find the right cards. So I could go for the clone here. I could go for a delayed blink, but Vivi's such a powerhouse that I'm just gonna play this and take a quick phone call. All right, and now I have to send my partner on an adventure. One moment. What's going on? Oh, they're stealing a creature from my deck. They should hit Elishnorn. Just straight up, they should hit Elishnorn. Okay, they didn't hit Elishnorn. I mean, like, if I can copy it. These are all you control, right? Yeah. So now that this is on the backside, I will need to flip it in order to get the clone that I want, because otherwise I'm just copying the back. So I'm gonna go like to combat first, get my swing, and then we're gonna do our Katara business. You and you. Yes, if I copy the backside of Aang, it works. It's just not what I want. So we're gonna flip him. And at this point, by the way, we've actually, like, significantly thinned the density of the deck. Alright, Brotherhood's End. I'll make it cost more. It does kill all my stuff, though, which is rude. One ring also would prevent me from attacking and killing them. Impersonator. I can go deeper. Ewit can grab nothing that I can cast here, but it can be annoying with it. And Uro is just pure value. With the knowledge that they have the board wipe, I'm going to go for the Uro. Because yes, I can spill out lots of stuff onto the battlefield, but what does that accomplish? Not much. So he'll flip, he survives. These two lands go back under my control. Restoration Angel survives, but nothing else does. So they're going for the protection. There's the Brotherhood's End. Kablamo. Tragic. Alright, the two lands come back. I'll surveil. What do we got? Llanowar Elf. I do not need a Llanowar Elf here. Yeah, I'll go for the post-combat. I will also thin my deck first, just removing any basics. Or actually, I can go for non-basic here. Get the archive. There's no sense in attacking. I would like Sakashima. Whoops. It doesn't matter. Sakashima on Resto Angel. Do a blink. I should have done a different blink first, because I just realized, oh yeah, I have Momentary Blink in my graveyard. Dedicated Dollmaker or Thassa. This is repeatable. This is non-legends. Since I can't do anything on the next turn, I'll just go for this, like, delayed blink. Or this clone. Aw, Leaf Leap Guide. I like Leaf Leap Guide. You know what? Sure. I'm gonna station a Vendo. Why the heck not? And I will blink, actual Aang. Somebody's asking, would it have been worth it to do the earthbending on the same land twice in the previous turn in order to keep it alive? I don't think I knew about the Brotherhood's End, but at that point, it's like, that's not my attacker. I guess it's kind of nice having the land attackers, though, since so many things say non-land. Alright, so I couldn't deal damage last turn. I have plenty of damage next turn. That is a single target rift, and then bribery is just going to get one thing out of the deck. Again, I think that Elishnorn is the thing that makes the biggest difference here. Except I can also copy the Elishnorn, and then it's like, whatever. I mean, eventually it will do nothing. Okay, are they gonna put the one ring back in their hand? Alright, yeah. How am I bypassing the legendary creature rule? Various means. Alright, and now with Crashing Drawbridge, I go for all the blinks and the clones pre-combat, and swing in for lethal. Took a while, but we get there. Azula, Cunning Usurper. This is the crime Azula that's going to be forcing you to choose one of your creatures, exile it, and then they can cast it as though it had flash. They also get to pick a card out of your graveyard, or I, the person who's being stolen from, get to pick a card from my graveyard and give it to them. I like her because she's Azula. I don't like her because she's real tricky to play against. Parting Gust, I don't have the ability to cast it, so I am going to drop it. I have card draw, I have setting up bounces and growing my creatures. I kind of like playing the Kindly Customer first. But I think Leaf Leap Guide into the turn after naming Human on Cavern of Souls is better for me. And I absolutely will be trying to clone Azula. This is what they should have been doing in this series, just cloning Azula. Does this have red in its identity? Nope, firebending does not add red to a color identity. It's just in the reminder text. Why doesn't Aang just clone himself? Great question. Then he wouldn't be the last avatar, would he? Alright, Urborg, he's now tapped for black mana. Ornithopter of Paradise, that's some good ramp right there. Guess I don't have to worry too much about the counter spell, so I will play Kindly Customer. It's Jin! She's so cute, look at her. Swinging in with the Leaf Leap Guide. They have 4 mana, 1 short of playing Azula. I will put Kindly Customer back in my hand. Name Human on this. And use that for the Kindly Customer. Venser! They can bounce it back into my hand, or they can bounce the Leaf Leap Guide. Cute, okay. Hi, Thassa. Yeah, that's a Thassa. I don't have enough clones in hand. Clone, clone, clone. You get Jin and Parting Gust. Less happy about that. Let's see. Do I want to just go for the Aang Bang? I shouldn't call it that. Let's go, Aang. Let's see what he hits. Bastion, thank you for the sub. Chat's like, what? Don't say that. You say not to, and it makes me want to say it again. If I use Aang here, I can... If they replay Azula, that's bad for me. I kind of like using Aang to airbend the other Aang. Yeah. Because then I can cast him again on a future turn for just 2 mana. So they have the Parting Gust, which is a way they could, like, interrupt my combo or just use it as removal, or even use it to blink their own Azula. It is a delayed blink. It brings back at end step, unless you give a fish, and then it just gets rid of things. Starfield Vocalist doubles the enter the battlefield of Azula, and this makes me think that this is my version of Azula, which is very focused on enter the battlefield stuff. He's 112 years old. He's 112 years old for certain definitions of 112 years old. So both of these are going to go into exile under Azula, which means I will have a good load of nothing here. Bye, Leaf Leap Guide. Oh, the Parting Gust goes back. Yeah, because it wasn't exiled. Ooh, nasty. Well, time for Aang. Wow, not much of a hit at all. I can either go for cloning Aang, I go for the end step blink, or I could go for cloning Azula because I think it would be funny. Not yet. I'm gonna go for the end step blink. If I can go wide enough, we're fine. I just have to, like, get really good hits. All right, Resto Angel. Whiska Blink. Metamorph. I will clone the Restoration Angel to blink the Aang. I love that this deck is just the Garuda deck, but, like, more consistent. Darn. I hit 4 lands and then the 1 5-drop creature in my deck. Starfield Vocalist out again. They are able to blink Azula, and she will be getting that double ability. They're just going for the blink right now, which is actually going to lose these 2 stolen creatures. Had they done it while she was attacking, they would have had a bit more mana to work with. Yes, I absolutely would love to kill Jin. Sorry, Jin. We're going to be giving them the 2 Restoration Angels, which are, one's real, one's a clone. And I'll need to blink this if I want the front face again. So hopefully I get something there. I didn't. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In this world, we are all Azula. So who do you drop? I love when a Blink deck steals a Blink deck's things. It's rough and it makes the gameplay a lot trickier, but it's so cool. Look at the Fencer? Okay. Azula will go fast. And if you're wondering what I'm trying to pull off with this, I am trying to get rid of the cards currently under Azula. Now, in end step, I have some really great choices of what I want to blink. Do I want to go for the Aang? Do I want to, remember, it's under my control. Do I want to get rid of Starfield Vocalist? Do I want to just clone? I'm going to go for Blinking Aang. This is what my deck is all about, so it's what I'm going to do. Let's go for... Guardian is a delayed blink. Starfield doubles the enter the battlefield. Let's go for the delayed blink. Now you see me? Now you don't. My commander will come back at their end step. The cards that Azula is worst against are Earthbent Lance. Because they just come back. Oh, momentary blink. I'll put it in the graveyard. Because I can use it from there. And we have this clone. I think I used up all the cloned cards from that. Yeah, I did. Oh, right. I shouldn't have done that since I forgot that they would also get the card out of the graveyard. I keep thinking, like, Jin's back in there. Nope, now I have to give it to Azula. Ah, she deserves it. All right, and now, with Aang coming back, can I go off? We have Eternal Witness, Flesh Crafter, and Copy Crook. Flesh Crafter, going for Vocalist because I have a haste enabler here, which allows me to get more pieces out. I don't have lethal quite yet. Did I have enough to like tap and attack? Maybe I did. Anyway, we clone with the double triggers. We should have lethal and we win the game. Nice. Old Stickfingers. They're going to be trying to combo by putting Arden and Ulamog in their graveyard, and, well, the Arden brings back the Ulamog sees itself exiled, and then it swings in with haste and lifelink and forces you to sacrifice pretty much everything you have. They also have ramp, which, scary. I don't like that. And, I have blinks. My entire hand is blinks and one piece of blink/removal, this Parting Gust. Somebody's asking if I played Power Cube. I did. I went out, by the way, on like such a good win streak with that. I went 3-0 3 times in a row and was like, I'm retiring. I don't need to play this cube right now because I do want to. This is, you know what? This is too much of this, I think. No, I'll still bring it. It gives me a good search. I think that the Boros archetype is a little too strong. I would have liked more opportunities to get to learn how to play it. Okay, duress hits either this or that. But yeah, I mean, it was a decent cube. I think it could use some tweaking. And I also think that it had this very bad issue of it was too expensive. I think that the powered cube needed to be nearly free to enter because otherwise it's just incredibly frustrating for anybody who's looking to learn it. And you notice this in part because there's so many, I'll call them established MTGO drafters who are just like, on Easy Street in it, because it was, like, the thing they do anyway. Nope. I guess I should have gone for the life gain there, since I'm not planning on using it. There we go, Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, it's like, you need to learn how to play the Power Cube in order to do it right, but you're never gonna really get the opportunity to do that if, like, every time you go to play it, you get locked into, like, these matches and it's super expensive. All right, so here go the 2 cards in their graveyard. There's the Arden and the Ulamog. Now, notably, I, like, don't actually have a way to interrupt their combo here. I have Otawara. Do I think they have it in their hand this turn? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say they don't have a reanimation spell right now. Now, that is a very risky play from me. But, you know, there's 2 cards in hand, and better lucky than good, right? Let me set up my stupid combo. A ballsy play. Thank you. There's a Collector's Vault that lets them draw and discard. There's a Solar Transformer. It's ramp. They had ramp in their hand. sometimes better to just believe in the heart of the cards, isn't it? Let's go for Aang. Aang into Aang. There's nothing I actually want on that Aang, so I'll go for the Noble Hierarch. Swinging in. Blinking Aang. The Aang Gang. This is a delayed blink on Felia, but we have a ton of great damage coming in here. Polymorphous, Mirror Hall Mimic. We're gonna go Mirror Hall Mimic on Aang. Vazin gives me another copy of Aang with a different name. Guardian of Girapur is a delayed blink. I'm gonna go for the immediate blink, and I'm gonna do it on the clone. And part of what I'm doing here is I'm trying to actually leave up the ephemerate because there's a bunch of removal I could get on blinking Aang. And that removal could potentially stop their combo by bouncing pieces into their hand. And it's unpredictable because I don't know what it's going to be. They don't know what it's going to be. All right, so I could either do this with this on the stack, less likely to work, or once Arden's in play. So I'm going to wait until Arden's in play. Here's Arden. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. I had to click on this one. Amy? You misclicks are gonna be the death of you. So yeah, that did not get me the right side of the card. That's so embarrassing. That was just like, oh yeah, I'm 1 inch over. That's the one that looked like Aang. I goofed it, you guys. I have to sacrifice 10 permanents. It's fine. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. It's fine. I'll block. You've done that before with this deck. Ah, misplays. You know me. I'm always misplaying. That's not true. But I do frequently misplay. Let's find out, by the way, if I would have hit something had I targeted right. Do I get a bounce, an exile, anything like that? Thassa, Ewit. I will use the Ewit to grab a land and an ephemerate. Do I have any plain old white mana that doesn't require pain? No. Okay, that's fine. So the first hit wouldn't have. Let's see about the second one. No, I could have had my own Ulamog, though. If only I had a haste enabler. Wouldn't that be fun? Arden's still pretty sweet here, so I'm gonna do it. Because that lets me grab anything that I just sacrificed from my graveyard, which... Yay. Alright, a little bit more Aang. And a whiff. Roaming Throne. Okay, one sec. What's in the graveyard? I'm like looking at what I'm grabbing and giving haste to in the graveyard. We go deeper. We blink. We blink, doesn't really do much. Not that I can cast it. Yeah, grab those. I can grab from their graveyard, but there's nothing in their graveyard. because they're the Stickfingers combo deck. Deeper! Dollmaker! Make copies of Aang and I don't know, I guess Eternal Witness. Hitting the Arden doesn't do anything. Like, these cards I'm putting in hand aren't really doing much. They're just there. Decline. There we go. Bouncer. Bouncer? I hardly know her! Sacrifice 2 permanents. That's gone forever. Phantasmal Image. On Clone Aang. And they cannot afford to replay him. They could put him in the graveyard and reanimate him, though. But he would have to be grabbing from my graveyard, which is not that good. Yeah, doing all this on 1 mana. You know me. I'm resourceful. I'm also going to be gaining some life back, which is important. Now, I'm probably bouncing Collector's Vault currently, using the Night Bouncer to do that. My cat just came in and bit my ankle. Thanks, honey. Yeah, I love you too, Scraps. My ankle is very biteable. She didn't actually bite my ankle. She just, like, nipped my pants. Like, hey, I'm in here. Hey, I'm in here. Pay attention to me. Oh, and now they're roping? Yeah, thank you. Ooh, this would be cool for, like, hasting. Skyclave Apparition. We are going to remove the Collector's Vault and Iron Crag. These are just typical Amy shenanigans. Thank you. Thank you. More Aang. And they're giving up. Love to see it. GG. Toph, first metalbender. I've run into this player a whole bunch. Toph is going to be animating lands. And by lands, I mean artifacts, because she's able to metal bend. This does not make those tap for mana unless you have something like Yavimaya out, but you don't need them to tap for mana if you have Toph, because you are going to be repeating their abilities by sacrificing them or letting them die in combat. Ooh, Mother of Runes means that they're going to be very well protected, and I feel like both players are just gonna kind of be in a vacuum here. Hi, Bristly Billiam. If I can get Elish Norn out, that will prevent some landfall stuff from happening, which may be necessary. Talisman of Progress. I'm just ramping here. Don't mind me, just ramping. Elish Norn is one of, I think, just 2 creatures that Aang cannot hit in this deck. I may have cut it down to just 1. I think I cut Yorion from the deck. But Elish Norn is just like, yeah, this doubles everything in the deck and hinders my opponent's strategies depending on what they are. It is a very, very helpful card. And by the way, Mother of Runes, good luck getting rid of her. She can give herself protection from a color. Oh, that is going to be a big ol' bill. Maybe I will have a bill. Search for Glory. What are you tutoring for? What is the card for Toph? It has to be a Snow, Legendary, or Saga. For this card. But it could be like, I don't know, a Legendary artifact. One Ring. One Ring could be really, really good. It's an indestructible artifact. If it dies, you end up getting it back. Its enter to the battlefield is contingent on it being cast, but still lets you reset the amount of life you lose. Ooh, Tajik, that is a scary card. I kind of like either setting up for the double here, since I don't have a guaranteed next land. I'll play Katara. It looks like they might have just like a Scales theme. If they have Tajik in their deck, this is just an incredibly good Boros aggro card. It will come down. It's going to make a 1/1. That has to attack. Then it's going to be making Swiftblade, then Boros Recruit, Swiftblade, sorry, Sky Knight, Spark Trooper, then Aurelia. I imagine you won't save it. I'll take 7. It hurts. And I didn't get a land. That's tough. I will make a nice, boring copy of Tajik. Got some tough stuff here. Got some Toph stuff. Indestructibles to block indestructibles. This has to attack. They can have the Mother of Runes tap and give it self-protection. Yeah, this might be just like Toph Scales. Why not? She puts counters on the, like, just this end step Earthbend is really good. Usually I see this as either a focused lands deck or a focused, artifacts deck. But this is part of why I have not brewed it yet, because I don't really know what I want out of it. Alright, so they're putting the counters onto Tajik, since they know he can summon something bigger. And I think right now this would get the Spark Trooper. Scary! They can double with Bill, so I think that forces me to block with Katara. Because I'd have to block both of those to survive. Okay. Yeah. So they know these are both white creatures. All they have to do now is activate Bill. And even with me blocking the Spark Trooper and absorbing some damage, this is a lot. In fact, it's a lethal amount of a lot. GG. Hei Bai is going to be... Man, bringing out shrines. I messed that one up. Hei Bai is going to be bringing out shrines. And I actually believe I played against this person earlier. And their Hei Bai was not Blink or Enchantress Hei Bai. It was Control Hei Bai. Playing... Oh yeah, that's way too re-trigger main phases. Playing a large number of board wipes and like board interaction, stack interaction, and then just the shrines that generate value. Not really looking for the creature shrines, just the ones that maybe draw you some cards. Oh, Azrin, thank you for the sub. I like how Jenna's not an ally, but she's a human citizen. Still pretty sweet. Because I am afraid of board wipes, I don't really want to be cloning the noble hierarchy, even though it would get me the Aang earlier. Alright, they got 3 mana up. That's 1 short of Hei Bai. Esper Sentinel! Oh, good news. My deck is almost entirely creatures. Do I just want to draw a card? Or do I want to clone the Esper Sentinel? I'm just gonna draw a card. What do we got? Show me my secrets. I'm gonna kill Katara. Rude. You gonna do that right in front of Aang? Oh, I mean, of these, I would rather Katara be this thing sacrificed. Even though it doubles Aang's abilities, I want to be able to play Aang next turn. I can technically attack, and so I will! Seriously? Right in front of my commander? Here's Hei Bai, gonna grab a shrine. It's probably going to be card draw or discard. Yep, it's the discard one. I told you guys before, I did play against this person earlier today. Time for Aang! Let's do it. Let's see if I can go off. That is an end step blink. So we go to end step and we blink. Leaf Leap Guide. Still a good card. I have to discard one here. I'll drop Wooded Foothills. Plenty of mana under their control. They could even activate Hei Bai to make some spirits. I believe the backside of this may be a spirit. No, it's not. It's it's the 2-color one, that is. They're playing in the Sanctum of Calm Waters. That is card draw. I guess I could jump block with Jin. Sorry, girl. Aang Flippies. I could actually earthbend like the fetch land to get more out of it. One Elishnorn, please. A miscalculation. I did the math. I just did it wrong. Ooh, continue the blinking. This would put it away for a turn. Or get a haste enabler. I actually think that the delayed blink on this is better. I think it's safer. Only thing it's worse against is like a Tail's End. Alright, I'll draw Phyrexian Metamorph and Parting Gust. Koshi Island Plaza is going to get them 3 lands since they have 3 shrines. These are the new shrines, by the way, that are from Avatar. Just as this is from Avatar. This is from the Jumpstart set. Somebody asked before if I had made any Jumpstart commanders. I think this is the only one. Though I did make a Jumpstart, or sorry, a just non-standard one. Still pretty good. I guess they're seeing the line, seeing the light, and knowing I'm probably going off in this next end step. Kind of wish they'd let me do it, but I get it. It takes a long time. GG. Old Stickfingers, and you already know what he's going to be doing. Putting Arden and Ulamog in the graveyard, and then, well, getting the Ulamog out, and it's really scary, and yeah, all of that. And this is a deck that oftentimes runs some removal, discard on top of their reanimation spells to make sure that their combo can't be interrupted. Also, because they're in black and green, they can ramp. Once they do Old Stickfingers for X equals 2, the 2 are in the graveyard, and it's usually the next turn that they can come out, though sometimes it takes a little bit longer. I do have one way currently to interrupt the combo by putting Arden back in their hand using Nightclub Bouncer. That is not super reliable, though, because of their ability to, again, make me discard this. I can still hope. Okay, I have a lot of clones in hand. This is not, like, the best hand for me to keep, because I don't really want these here. The benefit of having these in hand is that if I can get Aang out, maybe I can follow up by cloning him. What's this? Baku, what are we looking at here? A Terminus of Returnimus. Okay, and you still have 1 green and 1 black up. Is Aang at the Crossroads my favorite commander from this set? I actually just built him this morning. I think he's cool, and I don't know, the explosive nature of it is certainly fun, if nothing else. If I want to ramp, I can use Phyrexian Metamorph to copy the Terminus of Return. Because I was really hoping to get Vivisa out this turn and get some land. But no, I'll go for a Terminus. They have enough mana. If they happen to have one of the 1 mana reanimation spells here, they do exist and you should be afraid of them. It's Reanimate. if they have it. Suddenly I'm a black deck. Yeah, I can be a black deck if I want to be a black deck. Mind Spike. They're all creatures, buddy. That shows you nothing. So that was them, like, checking for counter spells. Making sure that's not what they had there. Alright, so there's the cards in the graveyard. And I wish I had just one more mana here. I don't. So we're going to be holding up the nightclub bouncer. Otherwise, I'd be going for, like, Vivisa and trying to ramp to 5 so I can get out Aang. A duress. You already checked. There is actually a target for it now. It's ephemerate. Yeah, non-creature, non-land. You have to hit the ephemerate here. Okay, there. I guess deep in consideration. Oh, I wonder, can you copy this with woodlands this turn? No, you can't. Hi, it's your go. You have only one choice. Thank you. I haven't done Toph metalbender. She's just... I want to, like, cook with her a bit longer. So far, pretty much every single deck I've done, I have built and recorded in the same day because I'm just trying to, like, you know, get the content out. Alright, so now I have a second way to deal with this. One which actually does not require me to hold up mana. So I am going to risk playing Vivisa here. And I'm sorry, Katara, but you are not long for this world. I would like another blue or green. Let's go with Uthros. They draw, they discard. Which card? This card. Yeah, I've been running into a ton of shrine decks. I built like a shrine enchantress deck with like a blink sub theme. And I wanted to try this Aang deck. Okay, there's Arden. It is not actually him. This is a copy made of him. One which I can still attempt to get rid of. Actually, can't do it when they go to combat because then the trigger's already happened. And I can also, by the way, have waited for them to animate Ulamog and just gone with, yeah, I'll sacrifice 2 permanents to pay for the ward. Yeah, you won't like him when he's angry. I can continue to hold up the interaction here. I don't really have anything I'd really care about stationing for that. Or I could just, like, go for broke on Aang. I don't think that's the right move, though. So instead, I just make sure I have double blue. I do, so I can play the Avacyn's Pilgrim and pass the turn. They're exploring. Not too interesting. Do you not have a reanimation spell? What is my favorite commander from Avatar? I don't know. I'd probably need to play like for a month straight and then be like, yeah, this is the one, this is the deck that's a keeper that I'm gonna keep in my like regular rotation of decks. It's hard to, though, because like, no matter what, I always just go back to Crime. So it's probably gonna be the first deck I built, which is Crime Azula. I know myself. Might be hunting for a discard effect that can take a creature. Very possible. Kind of feel like using this just to get a land next turn. Yeah, the set's only been out for a week, so please do not expect me to have fully formed opinions on it, especially not at this point of time. Yeah, Elish Norn does not prevent this. Okay. You can't afford to cast him again, because I made him very expensive. They can discard him. We'll see if they have a reanimation. Another reanimation. Always possible. I can, in fact, not sacrifice 10 permanents and live. Yeah, Elish Norn's only about those E's, T's, and B's. Eddie Betties. You want to harness your Terminus? No, they're killing Vivisa, which is fair. If I had waited, by the way, to hit the Ulamog clone, I would have been able to sacrifice, and then the Ulamog would have been gone forever. Arden still would have been able to steal from my graveyard, though, which is pretty strong since it's all enter the battlefield stuff. Yeah, now I'm going to, I guess, try going for Aang. Hello. You are so contemplative for somebody who has, like, 2 potential actions to take. Come on, Baku, don't be a baka. Yeah, sweet mother of slow play. This person's decision-making is taking a century. It's Aang! Copy Kirk. That lets me roll again. Spark Double is one of the best ones since it gives me a non-legendary. Dollmaker also gives me a non-legendary. I get the original Aang. I probably will. Put him back into the command zone. Jill's not as interesting for me here. But I can bounce the Dollmaker to get another roll. And something cute about this is that the copy actually now does have a backside and can transform. Did I whiff? I didn't even see the trigger. I must have whiffed. Dang. Okay. Dang. We transform! okay. They're doing this on their turn. This will be reanimation. It does not trigger this turn. That is because you can't do anything before the start of your upkeep on your turn. Your turn literally starts with your untap. That is the start of the turn. And there we go. A beautiful way to close out the game with a pair of Aangs. GG. Rafellos, Lanor Emissary, pain in the butt, and just a general nasty rampant machine. I go first, which is very helpful since I need to remove him. And I have some nice removal right here with Skyclave Apparition. On turn 2, I can play Leaf Leap Guide, hoping to recur my Skyclave Apparition and repeatedly remove Rafellos. But once they ramp, and they will be ramping other than Rafellos, they'll have enough mana to just play the biggest, greenest threats in the realm. So I'll keep this hand and see how it goes from there. I have to make sure I get double white. I think I'll get like the Selesnya land off of Catacombs. Yeah, I think the Selesnya land or the Triumph would be good. All right, they're mulliganing. Yeah, ramp is scary, especially when it's like something so easy to recast. Let's see if they have another just like turn 1 piece of ramp. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl. That will mean that Rafellos is still only coming down on turn 2, but they'll have more to do with it. I suppose they could have removal here for what I'm doing. I'm just going to hope that they don't. Hitting Rafellos. Rafellos is gone, but since they have 3 mana, next turn they could just play Rafellos again. Good news is if I get a land, I can remove Rafellos again. Nope. Oh, it's Pawk. I'd be able to remove Pawk too, but I don't have a land here. Do I just go for the ramp and accept that Pawk is doing this? Or do I put Pawk back into hand to make them have to play it again? I think I put the Pawk back into hand. If I had a land, I'd be able to put that back in hand and then do this again. And then swing for 6. It's like they can still double lands and then play Rafellos, but I'll do what I can. Hi, Pawk. It's 2 forests. They could also play like another 4-drop. Ugh, Rafellos. Ugh, all of this. Ugh, me not getting a land. I guess I'll just ramp. And that's rough. Aang. And I'll put the Skyclave back in. I can, like, block and do it. Stomper will get them a land, which will be 2 lands. And Rafellos will tap for 7 mana. They have enough mana for Ulamog. Or other horrible monstrous things that can happen in green. Chat, purposes unknown in chat says, once we get TMNT, I'm building Aang and Krang. Thanks, that's horrifying. And you know what else is horrifying? Infinite combos. I am not going to wait and watch them do this because this is a genuine infinite. It allows them to have infinite mana and draw every card in their deck. Staff of Domination. I always can't remember if it's Domination or Dominion. It's Domination. Allows them to tap and untap Rafellos, generating more mana each time, which they can also use to tap things down, draw cards, blah, blah, blah. Who even cares? I'm out. Yet another Shrines with Hei Bai, Forest Guardian. I have turn 1 ramp. That's always nice. I have a Wash Away potentially to follow up and stop their commander. The Swords to Plowshares, though that doesn't work that well against Shrines. And yeah, ramp is good. I'll keep this. Hey, not to waste. Thank you for the 25-month resub. You think this deck looks like fun nonsense? Because it is. They are going to ramp on a Kami of Bamboo Groves, putting a land into play. Ooh, Botanical Sanctum. Elf! Ooh, they chalk that in for an innkeeper. Innkeeper's going to get them treasure. Okay, so Juggernaut Peddler is going to remove a card from my hand. I imagine they're going to hit Wash Away. This is not what I expect from Hei Bai, but if they are a Hei Bai blink deck with emphasis on the blink, then these are all good cards to be blinking. Thank you so much for the Juggernaut. Said nobody, because I don't want a Juggernaut. Bloom Tender, I'm not gonna hold up the swords to plowshares. I'm just ramping. Here comes Hei Bai, and they're grabbing a shrine. Which shrine do they hit? It's always gonna be the top one in their deck. They hit Haunted of Seeing Wind, so draws them a card. I guess I can trade into Innkeeper? Yeah, they're like, I don't want you to do that. That's a shame. I wanted me to do that. Kami for a Kami. I'm tapping everything but the Bloom Tender for Aang. And I did get a clone, so I'll take that. This is a clone that's still legendary, but it has a different name. And now we have Ramp or Ramp. I'm gonna go Vivisa. Vivisa's dumb. So dumb, we gotta play it. Do I care enough? I kind of like actually hitting my own Llanowar Elf off this. Because I want something different in my hand. Yep. This is for getting rid of, like, comas and stuff. One Aang transforms, the other one confusedly looks around and says, I don't understand what's going on. And we give them 2 thumbs up. I believe Hei Bai is the most played commander from the Avatar cards. At least it's the one I've seen the most of. I go down to 5. That's fine. I will... clone first. Don't mind me. Just looking for stuff. Go to combat. Get all bendy. Swinging in with the cards. Well, shucks, I got enough mana for a Juggernaut. Let's do it. Wait. Let's do like this. Yeah! Free Juggernaut! I'm planning on, like, doing the block sacrifice recur on the Misty Rainforest. I could also Swords to Plowshare my own Aang if I feel I need to, just to cast him again. I have tons of mana. Sylvan Caryatid, it's mana! Man, oh man, it sure is. Hey, but I could also make a bunch of unblockable shrines, but... Or, not shrines, spirits, but they just tapped under that. Okay. Juggernaut Peddler swinging in. You wanna trade into the Juggernaut? Okay, cool. I'm so down. Let's do this. They swing in. Juggernaut in front of the Juggernaut Peddler. This in front of Hei Bai. I will crack open the Misty Rainforest to grab a land. It will also return under my control tapped. Yay. Somebody's asking if this is meant to be a combo deck. It is a combo deck, and if you're wondering why I'm not running those cards, it's because they're not creatures fetchable from Aang. You are welcome to put those sorts of cards in your deck, but you absolutely don't need them. Outaway, Innkeeper. No blocks. They might have like an instant speed flippy on this. How much damage do I even have with the double trigger? The answer? A bunch! Alright, let's, same as before. Let's almost hit the hedge maze, too. Boom Tender, you don't need to go in. Hello, yes. This is cards. Hi, Venser. Who you trying to bounce? Vivisa? Aang? Fake Aang? They're just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know either. Vazin, no, you don't get to transform. Not now, not never. They don't have any mana up after using Venser. I don't even know how much damage they take. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Puts them to 1! Oh, lovely. Alright, let's turn mana into Mo mana. We got good manas, bad manas. In return of our stinky blinkies. Alright, what do we get here? Dollmaker. Get the Aang. Get some ramp. Planets are not legendary, no. There we go. Spark double. Whiffed. Restoration Angel on the spark double. And there's some sort of a stack of triggers going on in here. Sakashima or Vizier on the spark double. Mimic again on the spark double. gonna bounce your Honden. Mimic, again on the Spark Double. Eternal Witness. I don't even know what's in my graveyard. The answer is apparently more clones. I already have a clone in hand. I don't need more of these. Here, take this. I have plenty of mana still. I have like Bloom Tender, Dog. Ooh, Skyclave Apparition. I could even get a Juggernaut. Wow. What I've always wanted. All right, Flesh Crafter. Ooh, Uro. When do we get a Juggernaut? Because they use Juggernaut Peddler on me. Okay, one more trigger to go through. Metamorph on the... Where's the Spark Double? There it is. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm having fun, can you tell? I'm having fun because I'm just clicking random buttons, and it's just really enjoyable. I think I have enough stuff. When is it their turn? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I can play my commander again. I'll just gain the life. Oh, right. Another. What do you have? This is Simic behavior because this deck is Simic. At its roots, Bant is Simic plus. Okay, there we go. No, Aang. Okay, one Aang transforms. The rest are just, like, being silly guys. Yeah, we could have continued and, like, built up more triggers. If they get a mass removal spell, great. It happens. Uro comes out after. They just kill themselves with a fetch. Wonderful. Oh, yes, and the token Aangs did transform. Good for them. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Aang did really well. He's crazy when he goes off, and it's really funny when you whiff. I think that this deck turned out very well, and I had seen other people running similar builds. I was like, I have to try this for myself. And I did, and it's great. I will say that I'm probably going to end up building just for myself, maybe I'll record it, a different version of this deck that is not running 15 clone cards, and instead using Aang as just part of a Bant Blink shell, because Bant Blink on its own is very good. It's got card draw, it's got stack interaction. It's a very, very good way to play in Brawl, but the clone version is definitely funnier, and I had to build it, and I did, and I love it. If you guys are looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video, and if you'd like to suggest another commander for me to brew, especially one from Avatar: The Last Airbender, please let me know. So far I haven't really done much with the Jumpstart set, but I've been making my way through a lot of the main set's commanders, because there's a lot of really fun ones of characters that I like. So thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.